Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the AOR iRacing GTE League, season number 4, round 8, here at Sebring. My name is King-Kodiak, and as you can quite clearly hear, my voice is a little bit excuse me, suboptimal. But the show must go on. I am here. I am, however, in solo charge of my children. If I need to leave the stream, I will alert you to that in a hurry. Such is life. We continue on nonetheless. Right, let's have a look at who we've got where. Christoph Holstein is able to clinch the championship here this very eve if he takes the win. Now, let me just get the few details of that. Just having a quick look. Essentially, he needs to finish in the points, which, by judging by previous form, is exceedingly likely, let's be quite honest. If Dominic outscores Christoph by more than 3 points, it's still possible to go on to... yeah, the championship will roll on. And Valtteri needs to outscore Christoph by 9 points. If Valtteri wins, he needs to, Christoph needs to be second and to beat Dominic, unless he finishes P4 or lower, with Chris right behind him. Technically, Mike is still in the hunt, but needs 21 points more than Christoph. So that is where we stand at the top end of the championship. Hello, Dom. Are you not driving this eve? You are driving. You're just checking up on me, bless you. Now, again, I do apologise for my voice. I was very unwell over the weekend. I managed the F1 stream yesterday, but right at the end, my voice just completely gave up, and sadly, it has not recovered as the day goes on. So my commentary may not be up to normal standards, but I will do my very best for you fine people for this event. Hello to everybody joining us in the stream. With 5.5 minutes remaining, we have got Christoph Holstein on the top spot, Mike Sherpers in the Ford. In second, Dominic Gadimer is just been dropped to 4th position. Henrik Andre has jumped up to 3rd position, also in the Ford. Dominic Gadimer is our lead Ferrari, car number 37. In 5th is Stefan Herman, 6th is Chris de Bruychek, 7th is Ben Warren. De Bruychek being our lead Pro-Am qualifier. Ina Marinsky in the Ford. In 8th, Felipe Gaillard in 9th, and Flavian Foku 10th. Canoe Martins in 11th. Phil Reed in 12th. Hasn't had a good run here for Team AOR Blue, but still time to get that sorted out. Alexandra Godefroy in 13th position at the moment. Sam Blackwood, our top qualifying AM driver at this point in time, in 14th. Yes, Godefroy just jumping up to 14th, just ahead of Blackwood. Evan Imre is in 16th. If I move that down, where are we? Yep, there we go. I was trying to find the right button for that. Just to show that we do have more than 15 drivers with us. And it is Sebastian Riethmuller in 17th. There he is, Brad Westgarth, independent driver, yet to be classified. In 18th, Jake Towns, 19th, Stevie Chambers in 20th. He's out there, there he is. Niklas Domino in the pits, ready to get going once again, currently 21st, Stefan Kemke, 22. Merlin Cooper, 23, Darren Potter, 24th, Cohen Van Eyck, 25, Phil Bedford, 26, and Soren Krutz at the tail of the field. Not a good run for him in the Porsche so far. A lot of cars on track at the moment. Hopefully won't have so much of that kind of lag issue that we had before. But we will see. Let's jump back up to... oh, wrong way. Jump back up to the top. And let's keep an eye on our front runners then. There may well be breaks in the commentary. Just to kind of hope that my voice doesn't completely die. Less than 3 minutes to go. I haven't even got a track map. I just realised I don't have my Sebring track map handy. How awful is that? There we are. Now armed with aforementioned map. Make sure all of my windows are in the correct place. Looks like I am good to go. Right then. So, most cars out on track then to try and do something about their qualifying position. Let's actually see someone... Oh dear, that's Henrik Andre that's taking a slightly alternate route at the Ford. Who shall we... Is Holstein out there? He is. Where is he? He is coming down to turn 16. I believe. No, he's not there at all. I'm not too good with Sebring, I'm afraid. So I may get the corner numbers a little bit wrong, but Christoph Holstein in really good shape at the moment to do something about securing that championship here this eve. Ah, I know where that is. That's the hairpin, I believe. Yes. So we actually caught Christoph right at the beginning of the lap, as it happened. Oh, and he's backed off. He has still got time. And come to a halt. Well, he doesn't have time now to do anything about it. Back in the pits. That is his qualifying done. He could come out for a little bit more practice, but you cannot improve on his qualifying time, which is a 1:55.193. 2 and a bit tenths ahead of Mike Sherpas. In the Nork Ford. Who's that ahead? Stevie Chambers ahead. No, it wasn't. It was a different Ferrari that was ahead. Ah, we have a 28th joiner. Valtteri Alander. Exceedingly late to the party and will be starting from last. Not enough time to get a qualifying time on the board. So his championship charge, you can argue, is pretty much done. Phil Reed jumping up to 7th with a Porsche right ahead of him. That's not going to help. Actually racing the Porsche. Very nicely done. Coming through, I think that's that tower that just come through. Whoops! No, that's gone horribly wrong for the Porsche. Not sure which Porsche that is, but that's backwards into the wall. Oh no, that was Le Mans that they came through that exceedingly bumpy last turn for Phil Reed. Does he improve? Was he on a qualifying lap? If he was, he did not improve in time. He was actually 3 tenths off his previous best. But now the final 2.5 minutes are on the clock. And no, Phil Reed's not going to improve by wandering off the road. Ben Warren in the Pro-Am category, then jumping up to 6th position. Nicely done. Holstein is in the pits, so is Sherpas, as is Herman, as is Andre. Who is still out there? Is Gaillard out there? There's Holstein. Is Sherpas actually on track? Nope. I think he was. Oh, Herman's now calling that a day. Oops, nope. That's gone horribly wrong for her. On Henrik Andre. Philippe Gaillard? Nope. Evan Imre is in 17th position. In Team AOR Yellow. In the Ferrari then, screaming down the Allman Straight. Can he do anything about where he currently stands? Only a few cars yet to confirm, yet to jump back to the pits essentially. Oh, that's very wide coming through that last turn. Just keeps it off the grass. Or just keeps out of the wall, rather. Down onto the grass does not improve. Oh, yes, he does. Up to 15th then. Just ahead of Sebastian Riethmüller, just behind Alexander Godefroy. Is Brad still on track? No. And that is everybody. So your confirmed grid order is as follows. Christoph Holstein taking the pole spot then in the Porsche Comrade Gaming number 9, with M. Sherpas in second, Mike Sherpas, then Stefan Hermann in third. Henrik Odere, goodness me, I'm mixing up everybody's names. I wholeheartedly apologise there. Henrik Andre in fourth, Dominic Gadamer 5, Ben Warren in sixth position, then Phil Reed, Chris De Bruycek, Ina Marinsky, Felipe Gaillard, Flavian Foku, and Knut Martinsen. For the next 6, then is Jukka Suominen, Alexander Godefroy, Evan Imre, Sebastian Reithmiller, Sam Blackwood, Brad Westgarth, down to 18th, and then it is Jake Town, Stevie Chambers, Nicholas Domino, Stefan Kemke, Merlin Cooper, and Phil Bedford for down to 24th, and then it is Darren Potter, Cohen Van Eyck, Søren Kurtz, and starting at the back, not setting a time, was Valtteri Alander. Right. As you can clearly see, we are now gridding up. I'm going to see. Just going to check something. Okay. We are familiar with this procedure. As everybody now heading to the grid, 42 laps are what we potentially face here at Sebring. Like I say, I'm in the sole charge of my children this evening. My wife will be reappearing at some point in the race. don't know when. But as you can hear, my voice is rather struggling a little. So there may be times I just go a little bit quieter than normal. Oh, and my dogs are joining in. All for the fun of the fair. Right, so once we have gridded up, we will be getting underway. There's the sharper end behind the safety car, or behind the pace car. Once everybody has gridded in, we're still waiting for Stefan Hermann, Phil Reed, Dominic Gadamer, and Phil Bedford to jump into the session. Still waiting now. It's just Dominic Gadamer that we are waiting on. Oh no, Søren Kurtz as well. That should be everybody then. 28 drivers should be getting underway very, very shortly. Now we are pacing. The pace car leads our field away. There you go. Our field now beginning to filter away from the start. All the numbers this side look good. Anyone on stream, if you notice a problem, please do tell me. Other than the fact that they sound pretty rough, that one is a given. Oh, have we lost Valtteri Alander? He seems not to be ready. He may well be starting from the pit lane. As you can see by the fact the camera... Oh, no, there he was. Beg your pardon. My mistake. Right. This will sort itself out once we have got the race properly underway. We need to jump to the front, though. As the field now being led around by the pace car. 3 rounds remain, but the championship could well be summed up by Christoph Holstein. Well, I should say the Pro Championship. The other two, which is a Pro-Am and Am, are still very much up for grabs. They are not so determined. So the Pro category could well be tied up at this very race if Christoph Holstein outscores Dominic Gadamer by at least 3, and with but Gadamer is right up there at the front. Again, ignore the standing as it's saying. In fact, let's get rid of that. This is not doing us any favours. at the moment. It's a very tense moment then for our drivers. They're being led through to the top end of the course, so that is through 10 and 11, but where they now stand. Now being led down that back straight. I've got their position right. That is at turn 14. Bishop now. I think that's that kink that we've just seen. Through. Not necessarily statics. You can run iRacing on other control methods. It's inadvisable, to be fair. Look at the gap Christoph Holstein is giving between himself and the pace car. He wants to hit the line at full crank. He wants to let the pace car get away from him. Now they're on that long Ullman straight. Now the pace car, of course, will pull into the pits when it gets there, and Christoph Holstein wants as big a gap between himself and that pace car as he is allowed, so that he can hit the start finish straight at full racing speed and be the first to come through that all important turn 1. And there we go, we are racing here at Sebring. It was where Christoph Holstein stamped on the gas. He didn't have the inside line, 3 wide then. Coming through that turn, we can now get that properly up as the precision should now sort themselves out and look behind Christoph Holstein. Here there's a lot of battling going on. Sherpas too. Whoa, that is someone that's really spun. There's one of the Porsches falling through the field. That's Ben Warren. Oh no, disaster for the top qualifying Pro-Am. He's right the way down there in the midst of the field. Fallen a very long way. What a great shame. Let's get... There we go. That should now be all correct. It was indeed Ben Warren. You can see that he's listed now in 24th, was in 6th before that big false Sherpas nailed to the back of Holstein. And that is Stefan Hermann up to 3rd position. Gaidemeyer for Henrik Andre has gained that position from Gaidemeyer. Phil Reed is still lurking in there, although he is under a fair amount of pressure. He's actually just gained that position from side by side with the Ford, still side by side. Then they come through 10, 11, 12. Oh, that is exceedingly close. Let's get on to that one. Use the nose cam then. Phil Reed then getting back in the slipstream of Henrik Andre. Now streaming through 11, 12, 13 now. Heavy braking right-hander. Oh, that is very close. And now that long back straight of the Ullman straight. Oh, look at that. That's De Bruyne getting interested in that as well. Actually, if we get to the chop again, that'll be better. There you can see the Ford on the right is Henrik Andre. Phil Reed then, he returned to the racing line. Looked like it was going to be a double move with the Ford, looking like he's going to try and get an inside move with the Ferrari. Can he get the drive out of there? No, he can't. Excuse me. That's compromising now the Porsche of De Bruyne, looking to try and do something against the Ford. This is a battle for 6th position. Phil Reed's giving himself a little bit of breathing space. Now into turn 1. The Ford hanging on to that 6th place. That's Andre, but he's gone a little bit wide. He's gone onto the dirt. Surely there's an opportunity for the Porsche. Into 2, into 3. He's going to have the left-hander. Can he get that Ford into... Oh, it's back between the 2. Oh, 2 into 1 does not go. That's De Bruyne falling through the field. I can't click on his name. He's moving. There he is. He's going to have to wait for the whole field to go. Oh no, disaster for Chris De Bruyne as he has fallen to the tail of the field. And what has happened to Holstein? Oh, he's there. Good. Thought we'd lost our leader for a moment there, but as you saw, a bit of a lag moment there. Hopefully we'll have less of that this time than last time. Another Ford. Have a look on the inside. That's Mike Sherpas gaining the lead from the Porsche. He's going to go too deep. Stefan Hermann's got a great ringside seat for this one, and there's the Porsche again having a look, this time on the outside of the Ford, but doesn't get anything done as a result. And what a great drive then for Christoph Holstein on the exit of Tower, turn 13. Now through Bishop, now it's going to be into 15. Now into 16 Le Mans. It's going to be that long straight very soon. Now there is an allowance to go that wide. The Ford opted not to do it, but look at the amount of extra exit speed that Holstein gave himself. Absolutely huge. Now interesting. I might have... Why is the top 15 still showing De Bruyck in 7th? It shouldn't be doing that. Oh, look at the Ford on the inside then. That is Mike Sherpas. He's down into 3rd now, and Stefan Hermann's having a run on Christoph Holstein for the lead. Now it's being forced to the outside. Oh, and you saw Hermann went for the apex and couldn't quite pull that off. And there behind, that's Dominic Gaydemeyer. Dominic Gaydemeyer's got a great ringside seat for this. Oh, impact between the Porsche and the Ford. That's Sherpas and Hermann. Hermann then down into 3rd. Sherpas getting back up. That's a Sherpas, goodness me. Hermann rather. Hermann and Sherpas. I'm likely to get those two the wrong way around again. The Ford back up into 2nd, but look behind. That's Phil Reed right there as well. Let's get the chopper cam on that one. That's Phil Reed on the inside of the red Ferrari. Oh, beg your pardon. No, Phil Reed is car 16. He's just gone through into 4th. Wow, what a move then. That was, oh, beg your pardon. It was Hermann that was slightly shoved out of the way by Dominic Gaydemeyer in that red Ferrari. But now they will settle down a little bit. Stefan Hermann now down into 5th position. Oh, I haven't got the ticker on. Whoops, beg your pardon. Holstein continues to lead now, leads by over a second. Gives him a little bit of space from Mike Sherpas. The top 2 have broken away. And look at Gaydemeyer, he's got all kinds of pressure from Phil Reed. If we get on the gearbox camera, and Phil Reed's had a really bad run. Look how slow he is coming onto that backstraight on the S of Le Mans. That's going to put him under all kinds of pressure from, and he's going to lose a position to Henrik Andre. Look at the rest of the field. There hasn't been a lot of spread. Eno Marinsky in the very colourful Ford. That's Flavien Foku up from 10th, his original qualifying position. Now but the 10th. Good move there by Felipe Gaillard on the inside. Oh, who's that in trouble? Is Hermann. Oh, he's in the pits. Interesting. So he could well have suffered a bit of damage as a result of his altercation up front. What a shame. Oh, great shame for Stefan Hermann. Falling down through the field, obviously having to take that very early pit stop. But Phil Reed then is got a lot of pressure right up front. Dominic Gaydemeyer has broken away from Phil a little bit. We saw he had to drop off the pace a little bit in the previous lap. But look up front, look at Sherpas and Holstein. Now, but 0.983 of a second between the Porsche and the Ford. Dominic Gaydemeyer now beginning to stretch his legs a bit from Phil Reed. Look at that. Look at Eno Marinsky behind. Look at the string of cars behind him. Marinsky, Foku, Gaillard, Martinson is now up to 9th place. And you look back from Martinson. Look at this. That's Evan Imre up to 10th. Great effort for him. Get to the chopper cam. We'll see Evan Imre in the yellow Ferrari. That's Jukka Suominen directly behind there. You've got Riethmuller in the number 74 Porsche, staring at the back of that. There's Godefroy that nearly rams into the back of his teammate. Both of them in the VEC Sim Racing team. Stevie Chambers isn't far behind either. He's got a great ringside seat. Forwards actually, we got the blimp cam. We'll see all of them. Look how many there are. It's absolutely amazing that so many of them are still so close together. We're in lap 4, I grant you. But there's a lot of action going on, and look behind. There's a couple of people right on top, but that's Valtteri Alander. Bearing in mind, he started last. My voice isn't going to hold, but hell, what a way for it to go. I just... apologies for the interface going off and on. I'm just making sure that it is 100% accurate. Let's get back up to our lead battle. Look at Holstein now over a second ahead of Sherpas. And then you've got a 3-way battle here. Henrik Andre's fallen a little bit off the back. Phil Reed is staying right with Gatormare. That's for the last podium position. But as you can see in the top left, we have over an hour of racing. And this is fabulous if this is going to carry on like this. I am going to have to take regular drinks and coughing breaks, I'm afraid, to make it through there. Felipe Gaillard on the back of Flavian Foucault. He's exceedingly close, again on the nose cam of the Porsche then, and he's going to go for a big move on the inside, coming into Tower. Can he get it done? That's going to put him up into 7th position behind the multicolored Ford of Ina Marinsky. Nicely done, nice and clean move. That was, I don't think Foucault particularly protected against that. And in the bottom of the shot, you saw Phil Reed and Gatormare very, very close. Oh, the ticker's not on again. And again, we get on the nose of the blue Porsche. That's how close they are. And that is got it. Again, having a run, coming down through Bishop, through into the zones 15 and 16 of Le Mans. There you saw coming up behind, there was Henrik Andre. He's not too far behind. 3.5 seconds between Gatormare and Sherpas now, so the lead pair have really broken away, and Holstein continuing to stretch his lead little by little as they continue. But again, the pack behind in a lot of battles. I'll try and keep an eye on. That's Phil Reed diving on the inside of Sunset Bend. Can he get it done? Car 37 of Gatormare wanted to get the traction, but Phil Reed with a lovely clean move going through Sunset Bend gets that 3rd position. Job done. Very nice for Phil Reed. But can he hold off and break away from Dominic Gatormare? That is going to be the real question here. There's Andre. Ina Marinsky with several cars in short succession as well behind them. There you can see at the top of the shot, Holstein and Sherpas. Holstein now 1.6 ahead of the Ford. Phil Reed's got a lot of defending to do to get away from the red chasing Ferrari. I think we have actually lost Stefan Hermann. What a terrible run for him. He's been in the pits an exceedingly long time, but I think we've actually lost him. Also coming through the pits was Darren Potter as well in the Ferrari. He may well be gone as well, which would be a terrible shame if that has happened. But let's concentrate on still who's on track now, as Gatormare falling 0.6 of a second behind the Ferrari of Phil Reed. So Phil then really getting into his stride in car number 16. And dogs. Unfortunately, as I'm downstairs, I'm with the dogs. I can't actually. That's going to be much more obvious. And nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Look at this stream. What we can see here is 6th Ina Marinsky, the Porsche of Felipe Gaillard in 7th, then Flavian Foucault, Knut Martinsen, Jukka Suominen. Oh, who's that? That's Godefroy jumping out from behind the back of Evan Imre. Nice move then by the VEC Sim Racing Ferrari. Has that put him a bit too deep into Sunset Bend? No, he manages to pull that one back. Also, that's Stevie Chambers. Oh, that's very wide for Scuderia AOR Car 83. That is Sam Blackwood. That's putting a move on the Ferrari. He's going to put him on the outside for turn 1. What can the Ford do here? Stevie Chambers holding onto the inside line. Sam falling into the line. Oh, that was close by Stevie Chambers, hanging on, just about keeping all 4 wheels, well, 2 wheels at least, on the black stuff. Just about keeps that one fully out of the dirt. Nicely done. There's Knut Martinsen. Oh, beg your pardon. No, there's Evan Imre, and that was Godefroy, Alexander Godefroy, right ahead. But look at the pack. Oh, oops, and that's a bit of a lock up there by Martinsen. Actually, if we get to the blimp cam, we'll see probably all of that battle. Look at that. Just went out of the shot. Ina Marinsky and Suominen has got a great ringside seat then for Martinsen in the yellow Ferrari ahead, and Flavian Foucault in the Porsche ahead of him. Good question there, F1 Scott Golf. I assume he's on a wheel, but that would be a complete assumption. I haven't asked that particular question. And Martinson really piling the pressure on the Foku then as they are streaming down towards the Almond Straight once again. Now into 15 and 16. As I said before, they are allowed to use that extra bit of tarmac on the outside just to increase the angle of attack to come through onto the start finish straight. And there goes Canoe Martinson having a look on the inside of Foku. Oh, who's on the spun? It's Jake Towns. Oh no, in the Wolfpack Nando's 488 car. Did he hit the wall? Yep, that's a lot of damage on the car 488. What a great shame for him. As that begins to break up this particular match. Jump back up to that battle with Canoe Martinson. Foku ahead, Suominen behind. This is a battle for 8th position overall. As that battle is going on to the field now, begin to spread out. That's the battle for 3rd. Gaydemeyer hanging on around about half a second there or thereabouts between himself and Phil Reed. There you just see the lead 2 coming out of the shock, Holstein and Sherpas. That gap now 2 seconds between the Porsche and the Ford. 4.1 separates Phil Reed and Mike Sherpas. Fastest lap at the moment is held by Christoph Holstein, 1:56.475. Pretty impressive stuff up front, but also Valtteri Alander is in that kind of frame, although he's lost a few positions somewhere, as he was 17th last time we looked at him. But he finds himself in a battle towards the tail end of the field. He started last for having joined qualifying very, very late. And Jukka Suominen and Canoe Martinson in their battle. It's difficult to know which battle to look at. It's difficult to know which battle is going to generate. Oh, Gaydemeyer has made a mistake somewhere. He's lost some time to Phil Reed. We saw Phil Reed have to back off the gas earlier. Maybe Gaydemeyer made the same mistake. Continuing to press on down that Almond Straight. You can basically see from Gaydemeyer 4th right the way down to around about, I think, De Bruyck or thereabouts. Oh no, not quite. It's I think it was a Lander or thereabouts in 19th that we could see. And I just need a quick break. I will be right back. Apologies for that gap, ladies and gentlemen. As you might have heard the door slam, my wife is home. We did see that incident with Felipe Gaillard. Was he still in control of the cameras as Canoe Martinson then gets that inside move on Flavio Foku for 6th position. Also gave me an opportunity to rest the voice. Oh, with that Porsche then coming straight back. Can't see from that particular angle. Let's get the chase camera on. Oh, is he going to be able to hang on to the outside of turn 1? No, not quite. Canoe Martinson's got that one covered. Nice move then by the team AOR Yellow car of Canoe Martinson. Nicely done. Right. And behind is Inar Marinsky with Alexander Godefroy. That's battle for 9th then. There you see Evan Imre not too far behind. And still lots of battling going on. With the exception of those that have been through the pits, I think we've lost a few. We've certainly lost 4, I believe. Herman, Potter, Bedford and possibly Gaillard after that incident with Inar Marinsky. And Inar Marinsky now having a new challenger then in the form of Alexander Godefroy. But at the moment, look at that battle just ahead of which now Canoe Martinson leads the way, looking back from that car number 20, the lead Ferrari. Oh, one more second, I'll leave this camera on. Should be interruption free now, with the exception of my voice possibly not holding out. That's another matter. Oh, was that Marinsky a little bit wide? He's defended already from the advances of Alexander Godefroy in 157. Look at that as Evan Imre hanging on to the slip zoom as well. Now the Ferrari jumping to the outside of Sunset Bend, trying to get the move done on the 4, but no, slots back behind. Inar Marinsky is getting on the nose of Godefroy. As car 84 fends off at 157, mounts over the line, streaming on towards turn 1 once again. And again, the Ferrari thinking about a move to the inside, but that one it's well and truly covered off by the multicoloured Ford. And that battle just ahead as well. So Omen and Foku and Martinson 8th, 7th and 6th respectively. As the top 6 are, well, top 5 are fairly well spread now. As Phil Reed has managed to shake off the tail of Dominic Ganymer. But Canoe Martinson does not have that advantage from his challengers. There is the nose of the Porsche of Flavian Foku with Jukka Suominen in hot pursuit as well. Behind them, the next 3, Marinsky, Godefroy and Evan Imre is right there as well. So we'll see if anybody is able to make a move. So Evan taking a slightly different line, coming into the right-hander of Tower, but wasn't able to make anything happen. So that's put him in striking range of the Porsche now, coming through 15 and 16. Definitely the optimum line to go onto the, to extend over onto that tarmac area, not concreted area. But again, the Ferrari just not getting the pace that he needs. It's just absolutely level paced with the Porsche. As they come into Sunset Bend, looks like Jukka trying to get a wider angle through that last time. It's so bumpy as you can see. And Martinson getting very, very close to the wall, but remains in. Oh, what's happened to Andre? Oh, he's in the pits. Andre from 5th position, I think it was. In the pits he comes. Oh dear. What has happened to the Ford? Disaster strikes. So that's gifted 5th and above. Or 5th and below, rather. To their respective challenges. You can see on the overlay has put Andre right the way down there into a second. Oh, Gaillard is going. Although we'd lost Gaillard from that earlier incident when we saw him back within the wall. He remains on track. He was in the pits a while. He was in there a good 5 minutes, literally. So, but he is back on track again. Also worth noting, Knut Martinsson is the lead driver that has no incidents currently on track. Very nicely done. Even our race leader has 3 of them. But he's not worried about that. And look at, oh, that's, oh no, that's not how you take that one. Suominen in big trouble there. He's going to have to be, now very wisely he sticks that in reverse and gets himself off the road. So that move is going to cost him a lot of time. You have to wait very, very carefully to get back on road. He then gets across the track. There goes Warren, there goes Domino, Krutz, Ike, Cooper, and De Bruyck. With Suominen joins the back of that battle right the way down in 20th. Actually, De Bruyck's behind them in 21st. Oh, disaster for the Iridium Racing 25. What a shame. Nature of the beast, though. Let's jump back up towards the front end. Let's see who is where. There is Phil Reed in 3rd. Oh, very wide into turn 1. Holstein continues to lead in the CSR Gaming car number 9. Sherpas in the Ford number 96. In 2nd, 2.9 seconds behind. Gaidemer, 6.8 behind 2nd place Sherpas. In the car 37, then it's Phil Reed in the Team AOR Blue car 16. Knut Martinsson has shaken that gap, and now with the shuffling around, that's Einar Marinsky and Alexander Godefroy on the back of Flavian Foku. Foku may have thought he was going to get a bit of a break from being under immediate pressure, but no such luck, as he's now got that multicoloured Ford right on his tail. Like so. As they come through tower. Very, very close then between Marinsky and Godefroy. Wow, that porter's loud from that camera. As you would expect, because the camera's right by the gearbox. No, it isn't. By the exhaust. Looks like Einar Marinsky getting very, very interested in that position ahead. Now through tower, screaming on down through the flat out left-hander of Bishop. Turn 14, it's going to lead them into turn 15. Now 16. On to the Ullman Straight. A good run then from the Ford. Is he going to be able to do anything against the Porsche? Doesn't look like it at the moment. Look at that, still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars just about in that shot. So whilst there is field spread, there's still big clumps of battling going on, which is fabulous for us to see. Still, the Ford keeping the pressure on the Porsche then for that 6th position. Godefroy is the 3rd of that particular battle, and you've got Evan Imre falling off the back of that battle a little bit, 2.2 seconds behind. Stevie Chambers is right there, having a decent day there in 10th position. And Brad Westgarth up in 11th, a stunning effort for him. Currently unclassified in the Porsche number 94. It's got Sam Blackwood, Valtteri Alander, and Sebastian Riethmuller for company. That's the view from Riethmuller. It does look like Valtteri Alander is putting, is going to potentially put a move on Sam Blackwood. In the Ford, going to go for the outside, but no. Chooses not to try and commit to that. Going to come through the hairpin then. On to 8, through the Fangio straight, such as it is. Then turn 9. There's going to be a heavy break over 10, but he actually breaks early, does Alander. He's thinking of the long game. You can see we have over 50 minutes of racing to go. We are not at the halfway stage, not by far. So we have quite a bit of racing still to do, and Alander knows this. He knows he's got time to try and do something about the cars ahead. Excuse me. Oh, look at that. That's Riethman. No, beg your pardon. That's still the Ferrari of Alander. Pressuring Blackwood. Is he going to do something this time? Under the rear wing of car 27, he's going to get a little bit of slipstream. Is he going to try and outbrake a move on the inside of Sunset Bend? No, he does not. The Ford taking an early apex to defend from the Ferrari as they come through, bouncing through that last turn 17. Surely Valtteri Alander, he's not trying anything desperate. He's just taking his time and picking the right moment to make a move. He's going to have a look on the inside at once. Not a particularly big braking zone there. And again, opts against it. And that's Godefroy and Marinsky having a battle of the Ford, just able to fend off the... Oh, beg your pardon, no. Yes, sorry, the Ford fending off the Porsche. And that's Flavio Foku already ahead. So that three-way battle is still raging on. And there in the background you can see Alander and Blackwood again. The Ford going for that inside defensive line. The Ferrari remaining in that position. Here we go again. Through turn 8. He's getting closer. Which way is he going to go this time? Is he going to make a move into turn 10? Now goes to the inside line. Can he slow it down? Yes, he can. Nice and clean move there from the Ferrari. Can the Ford hang on to him? Still side by side. Valtteri Alander is going to have the inside line for that turn 13 for Tower, and he claims that position. And oh, is that Riethmiller looking to gain a position as well in the next Ferrari down the road? Now through Bishop, heading into 15, and now straight away Blackwood under pressure from Riethmiller. Through the last turn then. And not a good run then from Riethmiller. That's going to give Blackwood a bit of breathing space to carry on his merry way. But Valtteri Alander has broken free of that battle. Is straight away looking at Brad Westgarth and Stevie Chambers. Battle for 10th position. Amazing pace by Alander. Such a shame that he was late to qualifying. But looking up front, we have a battle again. It's Gaidemeyer and Reed. Battle for 3rd. Now 7.8 seconds between Gaidemeyer and Sherpas, 3.8 between Sherpas and Holstein. No such luck for Gaidemeyer though, as he has got he's lost that comfort in there essentially. That car behind is not Knut Martinsson, although Knut Martinsson is very much free of challenge there. So there is a back marker in that particular lineup somewhere. There's that yellow car you can see in the background. I'm 100% sure who that is. Oh, it's not Suominen. Suominen's had trouble somewhere. Cameron Van Eyck? No, that's that one. Don't know. We may well identify that one later on. Oh, steady. Oh, Phil Reed's had a good run from Tower. Unfortunately, Gaidemeyer didn't. From the hairpin, rather. Through 10. Red had a better run there. Oh no, was right. That was Tower. Now onto the Ullman Straight. Getting into the slipstream, he will close in. Will Phil Reed, but is he going to close in enough on Dominic Gaidemeyer before they get to this unstep end? Is he going to have a look on the inside? No, thinks better of that. Gaidemeyer closing that door very, very successfully. Bouncing around that last turn. And Phil Reed remains in that 4th position. Godefroy remains on the back of this three-way battle. Hang on to the back of the Ford. Surely this could be an opportunity for Godefroy to do something against Marinsky. And no, he opts not to go for it. Doesn't have an opportunity yet to attack the Ford. So many places to keep an eye on this three-way battle here. So Alander's actually cleared Chambers and Westgarth from last time we saw him. So very nicely done then by car 77, Valtteri Alander, as he's already chasing off after Evan Imre in the yellow Ferrari there. Pretty decent effort as Alander started in 28th. And this gets very condensed then, as they come through the hairpin, now through 8. Onto the Fangio straight through 9. And the Porsche getting very defensive. Not a good run from Flavio Foku. And then thinking about side-by-side move into 10. Car 84 backs out of that. The VEC coloured Flavio Foku defending for everything he's got. From that ever-menacing forward, Foku's wide. That's going to give the opportunity to Ina Marinsky side-by-side coming down into Bishop. Being chased as well by the Ferrari of Alexander Godefroy. Still side-by-side coming into 15, but no, the Porsche's just managed to fend off the 4, but only just. Through turn 16, through Le Mans, onto the Allman Straight. Is surely Ina Marinsky this time is going to do something against the VEC Porsche. Getting close, going to have to pull out at some point. There we go. And then Ina Marinsky in the Ford is going to have the inside line, but there's impact between the Ford and the Porsche. Oh no, that's Foku that spun. Oh, that was a rather awkward moment. Cars passing, managing to avoid major incident. That's down to 12th for Foku. Oh, what a travesty, what a shame. The car treble 6. That's Sebastian Riethmüller. That's probably going to fly up on the inside line in the VEC Ferrari. What a shame. Just a slight tap from the nose of Marinsky, but Godefroy actually jumped Marinsky in that exchange. So 157, Alexander Godefroy has resumed, has taken over that 6th position from Foku. So Marinsky still has a VEC liveried car ahead of him. Look at that behind. You've got Imre, Alanda, Chambers, Westgarth, Riethmüller, Blackwood, and potentially Foku all in that one shot. And right behind Foku is Ben Warren. So already, I beg your pardon, so Ben Warren hadn't quite passed Foku, I think. Once he finally got going down there in 14th position after that impact. Oh, and Dominic Godimer and Phil Reed have swapped position. That's just happened. Well, it's happened a few corners ago, but Phil Reed has got the legs on Dominic Godimer at the moment. Oh, that's a very much late braking move from Godimer. It does manage to slow it down before slamming into the back of the blue Ferrari rather, off Phil Reed. But that battle has still got some life in it yet. That battle is not yet done. Ina Marinsky still chases Alexander Godefroy for 6th position. Valtteri Alanda is now on the back of Evan Imre. He's been charging all race long. And will be doing what he can to dispatch Evan Imre of that 8th position. Behind you can see Stevie Chambers and Brad Westgarth in their battle for 10th. And then it's Riethmüller and Blackwood. Side by side, that's beg your pardon, that's Foku and Warren. Ben Warren was challenging for that 15th position from Flavio Foku, but could not relieve him of it. Someone we haven't looked at in a while is Chris de Bruyck in 18th position. He is in the battle with Merlin Cooper. Whoa, that's an interesting line there from de Bruyck in the 724 Porsche. Presses on, trying to do something about it. Hey, now Marinsky's in trouble. Marinsky's had another trouble somewhere, fallen all the way down. Godefroy is lost positions as well. So Godefroy, typical, I'd look away and Godefroy and Marinsky come together. So Godefroy then down to 12th slot in behind Sam Blackwood. And Marinsky in 15th behind Ben Warren. So that's not gone well for him. Who shall we look at? Dominic Godimer falling a little bit off the back of Godimer. Sorry, Godimer falling off the back of Reed. Battle for 3rd seems to have resolved itself for now. So Phil Reed can now chase off after Mike Sherpas, but he's got a lot of distance to close down. Valtteri Alanda coming side by side with Evan Imre. He's going to have the inside line. He very, very quickly got on the inside line of Evan Imre there. And he got the move done before he even got to the braking surface. It's going to put him really deep into Sunset Bend. Evan doesn't go for that inside line and maintains the racing line. That is 6th position now for Valtteri Alander, being gifted a few for other people's misadventures. But he's got a big gap to close down now, Valtteri Alander. 8.6 seconds between himself and Knut Martinsson, who... Now, Knut Martinsson has a back marker for company there. Not sure who that is it? It's Jake Towns in 23rd position, who we saw having that big spin on one of the early laps, and finds himself now a lap down. But minding his own business and carrying on nonetheless. And Kevin Van Eyck in a battle with Jukka Suominen there for 21st. I thought that might have been Holstein in the background, but it wasn't. Holstein now leads by 5.5 seconds over Sherpa. You can't even see Sherpas in that shot. Absolutely dominant drive then from Christoph Holstein. Evan Imre is hanging on to the back of Valtteri Alander, but Valtteri's had such amazing pace all race long. That's going to be a very hard task for him to do there. You can see the next battle further down the road. It is Chambers and Westgarth. Riethmuller is now right in there. There's the next pack of 3 just behind them. Blackwood, Godefroy and Foku. Look at that 6-car train with a little bit of a gap between 10th and 11th, Riethmuller and Blackwood. And that's Westgarth again. Getting very, very close to the Ferrari. He's in a bit of a sandwich there between a pair of Ferraris. You can see Evan Imre just slightly further ahead of them. And Valtteri Alander has already opened 1.6 seconds between himself and Alander has opened up a 1.6 between himself and Imre. But they continue on. Westgarth has been staring at that rear wing all race long. Blackwood's getting pretty close to Riethmuller. There's an opportunity to turn one for him. He opts not to go for it though. But he's in right prime position to attack Riethmuller. And again shows his nose coming into turn 3. He's got to be careful though. As Godefroy is right with them. Had a good run through 3, 4 and 5. Now coming on towards the hairpin is Godefroy going to make a move. He doesn't. And there you see Foku is in that mixture. Foku's got a lovely view actually of what's going on. With this battle ahead of him. An ugly line there for the Ford. Oh, look at Riethmuller. That's Brad Westgarth. He's made a mistake. He's fallen off the back of Chambers. Oh, that put Riethmuller off. Now is Blackwood going to make a move? Look at this. Side by side through 14 into 15 now. How is this going to shuffle around? That's still very close. Brilliantly raced by both of them. That's going to give the Ford the decent line coming. What a lovely switchback then from Blackwood. He's going to demote Riethmuller down to 11th. What a brilliant move then by car 27. Very nice and clean. Oh, but look behind. There's Godefroy getting involved. That's Godefroy and Blackwood, I think. Oh no! Who was that? Oh, there's a back marker. That's Jake Towns. So Godefroy, Riethmuller then down to the back of this particular train. It was car 74, Sebastian Riethmuller, that had the problem into Sunset. But again now Blackwood is being attacked by Godefroy. They continue on their way. Westgarth is trying to recover. He of course was under that rear wing of Stevie Chambers. But that has not paid off for him. And there again, Godefroy thinking about an inside move, coming into the hairpin on the Ford. And is that done? It's Godefroy has managed to demote Blackwood, but they're still side by side. Nose of the Ford just alongside the Ferrari. Can he get the position back? That's a good drive by the Ford. But the Ferrari's going to have the inside line. Oh, that's wide by Blackwood. Still in there side by side now through 11 into 12. Ferrari's going to have the next two apexes. The Ford still there. The OCM Racing car of car 27 of Sam Blackwood. Oh, he's off. Oh, no. Sam Blackwood is all unraveled. What great effort there for him. But that is all undone in the blink of an eye as Reithmiller and Foku go through. Sam Blackwood is going, but that's Nicholas Domino that's now right with him in the... Oops, that's not where I want. I wanted Domino for the Dragon Slayer Racing Car 7. And it has gone up into 13th position. It does look like Blackwood's going to go straight after the Ferrari now. As car number 7, Nick Domino, does jump over to the right-hand side to defend into Sunset Bend. Can the Ford do a switchback? He's trying to. It's so bumpy. He's still going to have the outside line though. And that's someone coming out of the pits. Can't entirely tell who that is. Oh, we've lost Jake Towns. Hey, great. Oh, you were in the chat with us, Jake. Oh, what a shame. Oh, Phil Reed, what's happened to you? You're down in 14th now. Phil Reed's had a problem. He's slipped all the way down to 14th position. It's spun on your own. Spun again and meatballed it. That's a new phrase. Oh, look how. That's then Nick Domino having to defend hard from Sam Blackwood. On the gearbox under the Ferrari, the OCM Ford trying to do something against the Ferrari. Again, battle for 11th now. The battle for 12th rather, and Blackwood's going to have... That's going to get side by side again. Can Nick Domino defend from the Ford? Oh, bit of a tail wiggle then from Blackwood. They continue on the merry way. We didn't see what happened to Phil Reed, unfortunately. He was in that battle with Gatormare, had cleared him by a few seconds, and now finds himself down in 14th position. We get the chopper cap. The Ford sandwich between a pair of Ferraris. Blackwood in between Nicholas Domino and Phil Reed. There's De Bruycheck directly behind. It does look like the Ford's going to have a go at the Ferrari. Is Phil Reed going to get stuck in that battle? Nicholas Domino defending the inside line. They're going to be side by side coming into Sunset. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? There's going to be the outside run for Blackwood. Has he got the pace to do it? Nicholas Domino's got the traction, hangs on to 12th position at the moment. But now the Ford's going to have the inside line. Phil Reed's now going to get involved in this. Doesn't decide to make it 3 wide. Probably quite safe then. Blackwood is going to have the inside line. And then Phil Reed going to try and part the ways for the pair of them. He picks his line nicely. Blackwood's nosed ahead. And there's De Bruycheck getting involved. Phil Reed gets on the inside of car 7. Nicholas Domino. And Domino's going to lose the position to De Bruycheck as well. Wow, it is unraveling a little bit for Nicholas Domino. Just manages to fend off De Bruycheck. But now Phil Reed is on the case of the Ford. Sam Blackwood for now 11th position. I think I'm a bit of a curse for Phil Reed because every time I've commentated on him, he's done well and something's unravelled for him. So he's going to ban me from commentating on everything. Still, Phil Reed chases after car 27, Sam Blackwood. Oh, that's close. Doesn't yet usurp him. And look behind De Bruycheck is Merlin Cooper in car 66. He's going to get involved in this battle as well. He could stand to gain a few positions if it all came unstuck. Reithmiller, Foku and Godefroy in their three-way battle as well. There's quite a few cars along that line, as you can see. That's Chambers, Westgarth, Godefroy, Foku and Reithmiller. Phil Reed is ahead of Sam Blackwood, as we can see. And Domino's under pressure. Side by side with the Porsche of Krista Brojcek. Whoa, here we go again. Nick Domino was able to defend this one last time from the Ford of Sam Blackwood. He comes into the pits along Wolves, and nearly an impact there. That's Merlin Cooper coming into the pits as well. Wow, what a wonderful exchange we've just had. But Sam Blackwood is... Oh, Phil Reed again. We've seen him a few times wander off the road onto the dirt at that particular point. Oh, Gaineme's got to be careful. He's got 16 incidents in this race so far. He's got to be careful. There won't be too many of those allowed. Sadly, so does Einar Marinsky. Both of them running 16 at the moment. Valtteri Alander is right up there in 5th now. Goes with misadventures of others. And I believe that is Knut Martinsson. So Knut, after qualifying fairly down the order, now finds himself in 4th. He's 15.5 seconds behind Gainaway though, with a charging Valtteri Alander. It'll be the... Oh, Phil pitted on lap 23. Thank you, Jake. That'll be why we find Phil Reed towards the tail. Oh, we've got a battle here. It's this four-way battle again. That's Westgarth. Chambers has managed to break free of this pack. Staring back from car 54, Brad Westgarth. Godefroy looks set to make a move. Is he going to have a look on the inside of Sunset? No, he doesn't go for that one. There you see Flavian Foku, Sebastian Riethmiller on the tail of this particular pack. Is anybody going to come in from this particular group? No, they remain as they are at the moment. Just going out of the shot was Stevie Chambers, now up to 6th position. Interestingly, Phil is the lead car that has pitted. Still, Christoph Holstein continues to stretch his legs up out front. 8.5 seconds now his lead from Mike Sherpas. Gaidemeyer 3, Knut Martinsson 4. Valtteri Alander is reading in car 20. Stevie Chambers is probably glad he's quite free of this pack of 4 that is really squabbling. Godefroy right under the rear wing of car 54, Brad Westgarth. And he's going to have a look at the inside coming into the hairpin. That's close, but no impact between the Ferrari and the Porsche yet. Foku is right with him as well, along with Riethmiller. You just know something's going to happen with this particular lot. Until we'll get even further out, we'll get all 4 of them in there. Oh, right under the blimp. Onto the Almond Straight there. Look at these 2 pairs battling on. Godefroy has had a good run on Westgarth. Westgarth feels the need to defend the inside line. He's actually returning to the racing line for that Sunset Bend, and Godefroy thinks about an inside move but doesn't commit to it. Around that last turn they come. None of them pit. Oh! One of them did pit. That was Riethmiller. Riethmiller brings his car in. Next car down the road is Phil Reed. He will inherit that 10th position. Continues to charge on. Still has 11 seconds to gain to this squabbling through, but of course everyone ahead of him has to pit, so he will re-inherit. He was 3rd last, I think, before his pit stop, so he should look to get around there. And where's Riethmiller going to reappear? I think that's Evan Imre that's just gone through. It is. And out comes Riethmiller in 13th place. Evan's already been through the pits, so Jake will be back on track in 4 minutes. Wow, that was a lot of damage you had to face. Goodness. And there is Jake's car. It's been worked on for quite a while now. Wow, he's been in over 11 minutes with another 4 to do. That really has unravelled for you. But good on you for sticking it out and getting back on track. There'll be 23 cars still running in this race with Jake Towns a seam in the back of the pack. I think we've lost Ben Warren, Ulrich Andre, Bedford, Potter and Herman. We lost Herman very early on. We lost him 25 laps ago. 14 minutes in total. Ouch, Jake. Valtteri Alander on the back of Knut Martinsson now. Will Knut fight or will he let Alander go? Alander's not taking the chance, jumping into turn 3. Knut's not making it easy for him. And why should he? That is, he's perfectly allowed to defend that particular position. Oh, what's happened to Chambers? I was going to say, I'm assuming he's in the pits. Yes, that was actually the back of Jake Towns' car we were staring at. Stevie Chambers in the pits. So that puts Phil Reed up to 9 and Blackwood up to 10. And a pretty short stop then for Chambers. Where is Evan Imre? Oh, that could be close. Oh, is Chambers off the speed limiter? He is. That's going to be a little bit close between Chambers and Imre. Chambers manages just about to beat Evan Imre out of the pits. Car 83, Stevie Chambers. Thank you, Jake. But Stevie Chambers just manages to get out ahead of Evan Imre. Nicely done. Where is Valtteri Alander? There he is. He's really pressuring for that 4th position. It's a decent run out of turn 16 on the Allman straight. He's going to pick up a lot of... Oh, and there was defending there by Knut Martinsson, staying on the inside, forcing Valtteri Alander to go the long way. Is car 77 going to try and switch back? Oh, Knut, that's so close. Side by side then, coming down the assembly. You're the one with the AC Harriet face on the back of your car. Nice, yes, I do approve. Knut then having the inside line for turn 1. Valtteri Alander is not having an easy time getting past Knut Martinsson. Now it's going to have the inside line for turn 3. Is that going to prove to his advantage? Knut Martinsson's hanging on in there. Side by side still. And it's going to give the inside for 5. Is Knut going to give this one up? Is he going to fight? He's still fighting on in there. Valtteri Alander's going to have to work harder than that through the big bend. And then Knut's going to have the inside for the hairpin turn. That's going to be about 4 turns. Well, since first turn, so 7 turns that they've been side by side. And Knut Martinsson hangs on to that 4th position from Valtteri Alander. Brilliantly defended by car 20, by the Team AOR yellow Ferrari. Very nicely done. That's a lot of pressure that Martinsson finds himself under. Another battle we've got going on, well, has been going on, is this one. It's these 3 again. Westgarth, Foku and Godefroy. The Ferrari falling a little way back off the back of the Porsches, but still there, keeping the pressure on. And Jake Towns is going to be back on track shortly, and that is our race leader. It is indeed. Christoph Holstein has brought his car number 9 in. Oh, is that Sherpa's behind him? It is. There's Jake Towns. He has finally, after being in the pits for over 15 minutes, 14 3/4 minutes stopped, he finally gets back underway. Oh, there's a battle. That's Domino, Soeminen and Cooper for 16th place. And Holstein came back out in the lead. Such has been his dominance in this race. He's a very short 14-second stop. gets him out in first position. Canute in second. And Lander's brought his car in. Oh, that big old fight with Martinson. And away he goes. There's another. Is that Domino that's brought his car in? Nope. That would be. No, it's not Stefan Kamke. Not sure who that was, but Holstein continues on his merry way. Canute Martinson behind him by 4.3 seconds. Sherpas, they just saw him in the background. 4.7 behind Martinson. Gaydemeyer, fourth, with Godefroy now in short succession. Martinson in second, Godefroy in fifth rather, and Blackwood in seventh. Have not pitted. Everyone else has been through the pits at least once. And the only person to be through the pits twice is Jake Towns. But Godefroy trying to do what he can against Dominic Gaydemeyer. Was going to be a pretty tall order. Evan Imre, Stevie Chambers having their battle, and right behind is also Westgarth and Foku. It's about for 8th and 10th respectively. By 9th and 11th, beg your pardon, respectively. Oh, look how close Evan Imre is under the rear wing of car 83. Such has been the action. I've only just realised there's less than 20 minutes left from this hour and 20 race. Wow, it has absolutely flown by. And Martinson, I think, is in from second place then. The team AOR Yellow car 20 brings his car in. Oh, and Godefroy's in as well. The only person then not to pit is up. There's this Ford of Sam Blackwood. Everybody now has brought their car in at least once. That puts Phil Reed back up into fourth. So he has lost a lot of time to Dominic Gaydemeyer, as he was ahead of him before the pit stops and now finds himself 9.7 seconds behind him. That's going to be a lot of hard work for Phil Reed. But once again, this battle, Martinson and Lander has resumed. Both of them have pitted. But the Pro Bandit car number 77 has some fighting to do from the semi-pro. Sorry, the Pro-Am car 20 of Canute Martinson. Semi-pro, that's me thinking of Project Cars 2 categories there, of days of old. Good run there from Lander, but nowhere to use that additional pace coming through turn 10. Stays much side of the apexes, whereas Canute looking to just keep the momentum as much as he can through 13. Lander just piling the pressure on, then looking for a move, possibly into the final turn, and again just keeping his car very clear in the mirrors of Canute Martinson. Well, that's a very long way on. Oops! No, that's not going to work well for you, Lander. Yep, he had to back off there. That's going to cost him quite a considerable chunk of time. Oh, Foku and Westgarth side by side coming through that very same patch of tarmac. Foku having to go for very hard to the inside line to try and do something against Brad Westgarth. Excuse me. Still side by side, then streaming on down. And the red and black Porsche car number 54 has gotten ahead just about off Flavio Foku. Just manages to dive to the apex, but there goes Foku diving even more on the VC car of Porsche. Who's going to win out in this one? Very nicely done by Flavio Foku. Oh, that camera's too loud for me, I'm afraid. And there behind is Sebastian Ruthman, who has a great ringside seat for that battle ahead of him between the two Porsches. And that is Westgarth trying to cut on the inside of Foku. Now Ruthman is getting involved. This battle's got some legs on it yet. that's very, very, very close. So much so we can see inside of, of Brad Westcott's car there. Yes, Failer, that is me. And no, the voice is nowhere near back. And it won't be after this, I would wager. Oh, that's not a good run for Foku. He's lost 2 positions as a result of that mistake there. It sits him now behind this particular battle. That in the foreground was Evan Imre and Godefroy. And still Alander finds himself behind Kenny Munson. Of course, he made that mistake here a couple of laps ago, which forced Alander to slow down. Marinsky on the back of Stevie Chambers as a battle going on. We've had battles everywhere all race long. And here's another one. Domino, Suominen and Cooper battle for 15th position. Oh, that's very close. The Porsche on the back of Suominen. I want to keep an eye on this one though, as this one could potentially go to the flag. Also keeping an eye on that one. Raging on there in the background, you can see Chambers and Marinsky. Foku continues to put the pressure on his fellow VEC teammate Sebastian Riesmiller as they both chase Brad Westgarth. Over the line they come, 14 minutes to go. Oh, bit of a lag moment there for Foku. Into turn 1 they go, 3 abreast. Keeping on the road, Ferrari, which he does. Oh, lock up there from Westgarth, but manages to keep it in check. Oops, and again that's Foku pushing very, very hard to try and do something against the 2 ahead of him. There in the foreground you can see Imre and Godefroy. I think they are actually being caught by the pack of 3 behind them, so they can't take it too easy. Holstein seems to have lagged out. Hopefully he'll be able to return, unless he's had a disconnection of some kind. Oh, there he goes. Oh, Lander and Martinson still very close. Car 77 has reeled in car number 20. Here we go again. This is where it undid itself for Alander previously. Martinson's had a good run there. Coming onto the Allman Straight. Charging on then down towards Sunset Bend. Nothing happening as yet. Alander a little bit too far back. He's going to go and try and get a decent run, but can't use that momentum. And Martinson stays in that 5th position. Less than 12.5 minutes to go. Gives us about 8 laps, give or take. The marker in the top left will change to notify us when 5 laps remain of this race. Valtteri Alander, bearing in mind for those that missed the start, he started dead last through missing qualifying. Now finds himself battling for 5th position. Holstein has not lost the lead all race long, continues to have the fastest lap, 1:56.350. Actually closely followed by this man Valtteri Alander, 56.513. But whilst that battle rages on, so does this one. Westgarth, Riesmiller and Foku. A little bit more spread out than there were before. Oh, Marinsky and Chambers now with De Bruycek in tow. 12, 13, 14. Stevie Chambers is going to have a lot of work to do to keep that Ford behind him, and also the Porsche of Christoph De Bruycek. Cooper and Domino still in their battle. They've fallen a bit off the back of Suominen. So that battle for 16th still continues. We'll see if he's able to do anything about it, but Alander continuing to pressure. Kenny Martinson. Can he do anything this time? He stayed in the slipstream. He's closer now. Here's car 77. Will Alander make a move on the inside of Sunset Bend? He thinks about it, but no. Gets on the brakes a little bit earlier than Kenny Martinson. around to complete lap 35. And still Valtteri Landa having to work hard to get ahead of Knut Martinsson. What has happened to... Oh no, I thought we'd lost Nick Domino for a moment. Again, there's a little bit of a lag moment for him. De Bruycheck on Chambers. What's happened to Marinsky? Einar Marinsky is no longer in this battle. No dear, he's fallen down to 19th somewhere. He hasn't hit the incident limit, so we don't know what's happened to the Ford of Einar Marinsky. He's been involved in quite a few scuffles in this race, which there may well be some stupid intervention going on. Einar Marinsky. Knut Martinsson's had so much defending to do from Valtteri Landa. There's no mean feat whatsoever. Valtteri, I would imagine he's picking his time. Less than 10 minutes to go here at Sebring. We may have actually lost Einar Marinsky from the race. Oh, there goes Valtteri Landa just diving on the inside. Wow, that is that's an amazing move at turn 15. It's not exactly a big braking zone there, but it just dives on the inside of the AOR yellow Ferrari, and that is 5th place to Valtteri Landa. You are indeed correct, Fela. If Holstein holds on, it would be a lights to flag victory, although he's lost a significant amount of lead. He's lost a colossal amount of lead. There is Sherpas. What's happened to Holstein? He's got damage. Holstein again has had an incident towards the sharp end of the race. You can see on the back of the Porsche that rear wing is bent. Oh, Christoph Holstein. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to win the race. He just has to be in the points to secure the championship. So it's still looking good for him, to be fair. But Mike Sherpas could steal the win that Holstein's had all race long in the dying moments of the race. Martinsson hanging on to the back of a Landa. That's going to be a hell of a task for him to achieve that. This battle is really condensed though. Westgarth, Riesmuller and Foucault. There you saw Evan Imre going out of the shot. Oh, De Bruycheck and Chambers side by side through that same point. Chambers has let him go. Stevie Chambers conceded that 11th position to Vladimir Foucault. Sorry, that 12th position to De Bruycheck. I'm looking at the wrong names. But still, this pack of 3 continues to roar. They are gaining actually on Evan Imre as well. So if they carry on at that pace, they may well catch the back of car 147. What's the latest with Holstein? It's only 2.4 between himself and Sherpas. So the win could yet go to car 96. We will have to see. Keeping a very firm eye on this 3-way battle here. You can see Evan Imre. There is that pack of 3. Oh wow, that was Riesmuller running very wide. But they rage on nonetheless. There in the background, that you saw is De Bruycheck and Stevie Chambers. Stevie's not let go of that position yet. He could win attack. De Bruycheck coming into Sunset Bend. Remain as they are for now. Does car 83 Scuderia AOR of Stevie Chambers make a move on the 724 Porsche? We will see. And there it is. 5 laps remain of this race. There is not long to go for our lead guys. And that lead is getting ever shorter for Holstein. But is it getting shorter quick enough? That's the thing. There is damage on that Porsche. Let's go for that one. As is quite clearly seen by that camera angle. But Holstein doing his best to hang on to it and get the absolute most out of that 911 RSR. Foku still chases Riethmüller. Very, very close for 9th position. Westgarth has had a problem. He's really fallen off the back of Foku and Riethmüller. De Bruycheck and Summers, Chambers have swapped again. 12th position now back in the hands of the Ferrari of Stevie Chambers. And he's going to have to fight to hang on to it. Oh, that's Foku and Riethmüller. He's gaining. Is he gaining close enough? No, not quite. Didn't get close enough before the braking zone. What about De Bruycheck on the back of Chambers? No, not quite. Oh, what's happened to Suominen? Oh no! Jukka Suominen on that turn 16, facing the wrong way. Has fallen right the way down to 17th. It was in 14th. And some mistake has sent him right the way down. As something happened to, something's happened to Cooper as well in that sunset corner. Wow, that's Cohen Van Eyck that was going very wide there on that final turn. But they continue. 4 laps remain. Focus fallen a little bit off the back of Riethmüller, so not under immediate danger, but still looming large. De Bruycheck still challenges Chambers for that 12th position, or what is now 12th position. Where are our leaders? Now less than 2 seconds up front for Holstein and Sherpas. 3 laps to go. 1.7 is the gap. But Sherpas only gained a 10th last time around, and nowhere near enough to dethrone Christoph Holstein. A great drive then from car number 9. He had the pole by about 3/10 or 2.5 tenths. Has not lost the lead even in the pit stop phase, but is going to have some fighting to do to hang on to it. Foku continues to chase Riethmüller. De Bruycheck continues to chase St. Chambers. Is this an opportunity for the 74 Porsche? Through that last turn, Stevie Chambers' line has compromised him. He's now going to jump out for the slipstream, and Chambers still goes to the inside line. It was a good enough drive from the Ferrari to hang on to 12th for now as they come into the last turn. Is the line through Sunset Bend going to be compromised? Not particularly with Stevie Chambers, but it's not particularly quick. He saw he had to get out of it. Now it's going to be a good run for De Bruycheck. Can he do something into turn 1? The Ferrari holds onto the inside line, forcing car 74 to go for the outside line. And no, he can't commit to that. Oh, he's gone a little bit deep as De Bruycheck. He's looking to get a decent drive from turn 1. Coming through 2 and into 3. No, still Stevie Chambers well positioned to yet again defend that inside line. Oh, bit of lag going on there. 1.5 seconds is the lead now between Holstein and Sherpas. 2 laps to go as Holstein starts lap 41. Again, only a 10th again between the 2. Still, that's battle, Foku and Riethmüller. Oh, Stevie Chambers has lost his tail. What has happened there? We don't know. Stevie Chambers no longer in immediate danger, as you can see. Going Van Eyck on the back of Cooper there. De Bruycheck has hit the incident limit. De Bruycheck is out. Oh dear. Gadamer is running exceedingly close to it. Even in these last few laps, Gadamer could still lose out. Knut Martinsen is lost a little bit of time off the back of Valtteri Alander. You can see that's a back marker that is directly ahead of Valtteri. There's our leaders. Sherpa still taking that very wide line and chasing Holstein down the Ullman Straight. Riethmüller and Foku still fight on for 9th place. Oh, Cooper and Van Eyck side by side. Oh, that's close. That's for 14th place. And Van Eyck then claims 14th from Cooper. That battle's still got some legs in it, I would think. Riethmüller's getting close to Foku again. As we are in... Oh, beg your pardon, I thought we had another lap to go, but that is it. Job done. I actually missed the finish there. That is your winner here at Sebring. It's car number 9, Christoph Holstein, your new champion, double champion no less. Yep, he's happy with that. Mike Sherpa's in 2nd. Gadamer crosses the line in 3rd. Phil Reed in 4th place. He's happy with that. There is Alander from last to 5th. Nicely done in car 77. Knut Martinsen is going to take 6th position, the lead Pro-Am car. Godefroy, there he is, and you can see in the background that is the battle for 9th. Foku and Riethmüller. Foku's gone ahead of Riethmüller, I think. Alexander Godefroy will take 7th place for the VEC Racing team. Evan Imre for Team AOR Yellow in 8th. Foku is going to hang on to 9th from Riethmüller. Brad Westgarth. Nicely, great effort there in 11th. There is Chambers in 12th. Nick Domino, our lead AM driver. Car number 7 is going to take 13th place overall. Good drive there, sir. Cohen Van Eyck. He's going to beat Merlin Cooper to 14th position. And Yuka Suominen, we saw him facing the wrong way a few laps ago. He's going to take 16th and should be the last car to cross the line as... Oh, no, still a few racing. Stefan Kamke and Felipe Gaillard. And Jake Towns has already crossed the line. He will be class quite a number of laps down after spending 15 minutes in the pits. I get the correct words out, but Kamke and Gaillard continue on their merry way. Unless Kamke throws it into the wall, that's going to be fairly secure for him in 17th. Which of course he does not. So car 82, Stefan Kamke will claim 17th place with Gaillard. Oh, he's actually coming into the pits. Okay, that's... well, that wasn't Gaillard directly behind him. So there's Gaillard's already crossed the line. And Kamke brings that one in, unless he was just in a hurry to get back to the pits. Oh, that's someone going the wrong way. But to clarify then, your race result is as follows. There it is, Holstein officially claiming the top spot and the title. Sherpas 2, Gadamer 3, Reed 4, Alander 5, Martinsen 6, Godefroy 7, Imre 8, Foku 9, Riethmüller 10, Westgarth 11, Chambers 12, Domino 13, Van Eyck 14, Cooper 15, Suominen 16, Kamke 17, Gaillard 18, De Bruycheck 19, Marinsky downwards were non-finishers. So Marinsky, Blackwood, Towns did finish, but 9 laps down. Krutz, Warren, Andre, Bedford, Potter, and Herman. Ladies and gentlemen, my voice just about held out until the very end. I've been King-Kodiak. Thank you very much for being with us throughout the stream. A great pleasure to commentate for you guys for this particular race. And we will be back next week for round number 9. Thank you very much, and good night.